Why did the Taiwanese comedian cross the strait? To tell jokes on the other side. That comedian was Vickie Wang. Interpreter by day, comic by night, Vickie cut her comedy teeth in Shanghai back in 2018. An unusual place to be starting out in an art form rooted in freedom of expression.
So, before my very first open mic, I got a briefing about the 3 T's. So, no talking about Tiananmen Square, Tibet, and obviously Taiwan, which always makes things kind of awkward, me being Taiwanese. But you learn from the get-go that there are really obvious red lines that you don't cross.
Crossing those red lines in China can have serious consequences. In 2023, Chinese comic Li Hao's stage name House was detained in Beijing, and his management slapped with a hefty $2 million fine after satirizing a military slogan coined by President Xi Jinping during his set. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, one of Vickie's comedian friends was picked up by the police for posting comedy videos online, ridiculing China's lockdown policies. Vickie says increasing censorship of the arts in China is throttling creativity.
It just felt like the lines were closing in on us and we didn't know where we could step anymore. I do get the sense that like my friends are struggling. A lot of the comedians I know are thinking about trying to get out of China.
But Vickie, now back in Taiwan, can say whatever she likes on stage and has taken her comedy to the next level, even opening for renowned Taiwanese-Japanese comedian Atsuko Okatsuka. Vickie tackles plenty of topics in her routine, from dating to feminism, but some of her best bits poke fun at her experiences as a Taiwanese person living in China.
But the real sin of me for being a bad Taiwanese person is the fact that I lived the last 10 years in China. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I betrayed democracy. I sold my soul for Young V.
And Vickie's not the only comedian finding the funny in Taiwan and China's complex relationship. Jamie Wang, who's from China, is a student in Taipei and has been making a name for herself.
It is a very interesting experience living in Taiwan as a Chinese. You know, every foreigner is like, oh, I love Taiwan. Taiwanese are so nice. But that's because you're not Chinese.
Just like Vickie, Jamie sources much of her comedy from her experiences and frustrations living on the other side of the strait. As a Chinese national studying in Taiwan, Jamie doesn't have access to the same benefits as citizens from other countries, including health insurance or the right to work part-time.
So I think it's kind of like a bittersweet feeling that I love this place a lot, but also I feel like I'm not welcomed, or people don't see me as what I am, but see me as like a stereotype. And I also experience like Chinese people are very like dehumanized in other people's eyes.
Censorship and discriminatory policies aren't the only challenges comics like Jamie and Vickie face. As female comedians in a traditionally male-dominated art form, they're also subject to sexist attacks on and offline.
I mean, I receive death threats.
Yeah.
Because I have viral video on Instagram, and I got like 1 million views or something, and there's so many trolls every day.
In the past, I've gotten a stalker from doing stand-up before, like someone who just would follow me places and like stalk me everywhere online, and like I had to quit comedy for a while because I just didn't feel safe showing up in public.
Despite some aggressive audience reactions, Jamie and Vickie haven't been dissuaded from taking to the stage. Under the shadow of one of the world's most sensitive political stalemates, comedians like Jamie and Vickie are using comedy as a tool to spotlight social inequality on both sides of the strait and prove that laughter really might be the best medicine. Joseph Wu and Reece in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.